my favorite things about this book is the, like, how Ruth Ware is, oh my god. Hello, wizards, witches, and everyone in between. My name is Emma, and welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. This week, I want to finish the audiobook for Lair of Dreams, which is the second book in the Diviners series by Libba Bray. I am, I think, almost halfway through it, so I definitely think I can finish that. So physical book-wise, I don't have anything I'm reading anymore, which is really nice because I spent 3 weeks reading Frankly in Love and was frankly underwhelmed. I am going to spend about 7 hours today studying for the CBEST exam, which I think I've talked about in a past vlog. It's not very interesting. I don't want to bore you with the details of it, but it's basically like if you want to be a substitute teacher in California, you have to take the CBEST. My friend and I are taking it on Tuesday. It's a 4-hour exam. It's gonna be not fun, but we're gonna do it. My friend and I studied for 7 hours, and we have lots more to do because we're both not great at math, so love that for us. And I just realized we went to grab food, and somewhere between us going to grab food and coming back, I lost the keys to my apartment, which is not the end of the world because the office is open tomorrow, so I can just get new ones. And the fact that I'm house sitting at my parents' house, I don't need them tonight. I could have lost, like, my parents' house keys. That would have been awful. So it's still very annoying. I went back to the restaurant. They weren't in there. I'm thinking they're in the parking lot, but there are cars parked around where I was parked. So I have to go back. I'm gonna go back at like 11:30 at night, and hopefully no one will be there and I can just check the ground really quick. But anyway, so until then, I think I'm going to start reading The Wicked King. I know it's dark and you can't see me, but I found my key. It was in the parking lot. Hey guys, so please ignore my face and my outfit and everything about me. I am currently sick, but I was going to curl up with The Wicked King. I can't find it anywhere, so we're gonna start The Woman in Cabin 10. Hi guys, so my apologies if you can hear the dishwasher in the background, but I just wanted to update you a little bit. My friend Audrey and I took the CBEST. It was 4 hours long, and standardized testing gives me so much anxiety, so it was a very stressful and just, we both felt like we survived like a marathon. Not to sound over dramatic, but it was a big deal for me. There's 3 sections: reading, writing, and math. Reading and math have multiple choice, so we already know that we passed those because they were graded like right as we finished the exam. But the writing we don't hear about for another like week and a half since someone actually has to read it. But I'm sure I passed the writing. It was the math that was the big thing for me. So that was basically the first half of this week. But yesterday I read 56 pages of The Woman in Cabin 10, and I am really liking it. It took a little bit to kind of get going, and I think that's only because because I'm only 50 pages in and we're already like on board the ship, so I don't really think it took a long time. I just think I feel like it took a long time because I've been listening to thrillers on audiobook, which makes everything seem a lot quicker. So I don't think this is actually paced slow. I think I'm just not used to physically reading a thriller, but I'm really enjoying it. I should be reading The Wicked King, but I feel like reading this, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I got my fake fireplace on, I got my fairy lights on, I gave the carnations that my husband got me the other day some fresh water and little plant food, so we're chilling. And I have ASMR rooms all queued up and ready to go. This one is Hagrid's Hut, so I will link that channel down below. I love the ASMR Rooms channel, she is so talented. But I want to read at least an hour and get all cozy, so that's the plan. So I am now on page 121 of The Woman in Cabin 10. It's getting really good. So what this book is about, it's about this woman named Lo Blacklock, who is a journalist. She is assigned like this travel piece, so she has to go on this like luxury ship, but it's like a small ship called the Aurora. But the first chapter of this book is her experiencing a break-in into her apartment and how she's been coping with that and that kind of stuff. And then she leaves for this trip, and on this trip, I think she's in cabin 9. Our main character's in cabin 9. On this trip, she meets the woman staying in cabin 10, and then overnight, she hears what sounds like a body being thrown overboard, and she sees blood like on the balcony in cabin 10. She's trying to figure out who this girl is because they go into the cabin 10 and no one's there. It's a big mystery of who was the woman in cabin 10. I definitely really like the writing, so I'm definitely excited to read other books by Ruth Ware. But this thriller is just like perfect for me because I already have a fear of the ocean. I mean, kind of in general, like I'll still go in it, but I'm scared of it. And I definitely have a fear of like boats, like cruise ships, yachts, big boats like that. So the fact that she's on this boat with all these weird things happening is like setting the stage for like my worst nightmare. So I feel like it's really good in that sense because I'm like, this sounds awful. And this would have been awful in any situation, but the fact that it's happening in the middle of the ocean on a ship is even creepier to me. So that's where I'm at with that. Hey guys, so we are currently at a conservation place where I used to work. I worked here for 3 years at a bait shop that is on the property of like a bunch of land. It connects to a big river in California, and there's a bunch of lakes and stuff with a bunch of different types of fish. Because my husband recently got into fishing, and today's the first day that this place is open for the season, so he is currently fishing. I'm not big on fishing, but I am big on like, sorry, there's a cool bird. I'm big on being outside. Yeah, so I brought a chair and I brought some books, and I'm gonna hopefully take some bookstagrams and I'll get some like aesthetic shots out here and stuff like that. Currently it is 8:30 in the morning, and this place is an hour away from where we live, which is, I honestly can't believe I worked here for 3 years because, I mean, it's only a weekend job, but still, like, that's a serious commute. We left at 5 a.m. So I woke up at 4:30. I think I technically woke up at 4. And I went to bed early last night, but I could not fall asleep until 2 a.m. So I got 2 hours of sleep. I can't function. I'm one of those people that really needs 8 hours. And this happens to me every time I have to get up like before 5, which I mean is rarely, but it was like my brain was putting unconscious pressure on me to like fall asleep really quick because you have to get up early, and then it kept me awake. So that's happened last night. So long story short, my husband's down over here fishing, and I'm trying to take a car nap. I think I fell asleep for a little bit. I brought like my serious, like, below freezing sleeping bag, just as like a super warm blanket. But anyway, that's what's happening. I thought I would fill you guys in, give you some context for like future shots in this vlog. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to finish The Woman in Cabin 10 today. I read quite a bit of it last night when I couldn't sleep, so I am over halfway through it now, and it is picking up. It is getting really good, so I'm really eager to see how it ends, because I have no idea. I just woke up, but today is the day that I finish The Woman in Cabin 10 and Lair of Dreams. Lair of Dreams, the audiobook, I think is due tomorrow, but on double speed I only have an hour and a half left, so I can definitely finish that today. And then The Woman in Cabin 10, I think I only have like 80 or less pages left, and I'm just like, I just want to know how it ends. Like who the woman in Cabin 10 is. So, yeah. About this book is how the author really kind of puts you in the place of our main character. I think the anxiety rep in this is good, so I can relate to it that way for sure, but also just the feeling of being stuck in this ship. Like, that's why I personally would never ever get on a cruise ship. I would feel so like claustrophobic and trapped. So I think in general there's just this like stressful and claustrophobic feeling to a good majority of this book. So I finally finished reading The Woman in Cabin 10. I liked it, but I didn't end up like loving it. I think a lot of that had to do with pacing. This book wasn't even that long. It was like 330 something pages. But it still felt like it could easily have been 50 to 100 pages shorter. You know, it's setting up stuff at the beginning, and then she finally gets on the ship, which I think readers are all waiting for. And then it still kind of drags, and then the ending, it felt like there was like 4 different endings, kind of like a Lord of the Rings movie. The ending wasn't as fast-paced as I think I would have wanted it to be, but it was still really good. Like, I would love to see a movie adaptation of this. I think that would be so great. I think the twist and finding out who the woman in Cabin 10 is was good, but not as like shocking and like as much of a huge deal as I would have hoped. I did like how it all turned out. I just think I was hoping it would be more like shocking. But I I really did like it overall. It is so atmospheric, and the things that our main character, Lauren, goes through is insane. I'm very excited to read more by Ruth Ware for sure. I'm really in a thriller mood, so I probably will take a break before I start another thriller, but I think I'm definitely going to read more thrillers this month, because I don't know, I'm just feeling it. So I think my plan for now is I am going to go to the gym and finish Lair of Dreams while I'm there, and then I will check back in with you guys once I have finished that. Hey, sorry if you can hear my space heater, but I am so cold. Lair of Dreams! I finished it, let's talk about it. So I loved the intrigue, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I love the intrigue with Ling and Waimei. I really like that plotline. I do think I liked the Diviners more, but you know me, we love a good origin story here. I just think the plot for the Diviners was so much more straightforward, and Lair of Dreams truly had, like, I don't even know, maybe around 6 like different character arcs and like pairings of characters that were like doing their own things, and then of course they all like tied in together at the end, but it was like kind of exhausting to keep up with, and I like simple plots. So I did like the Diviners more. I had given the Diviners a 5. Lair of Dreams is a 4. It was still really good. I think it was just a little too complex for my taste, but like I said, that's a completely subjective reason to not give it a 5. Yeah, I mean, the writing's great, the spook factor's great. I love it for all the reasons I love the Diviners, basically. I love like the historical context that gets brought into it. As of this book, my favorite characters are still Evie, I still love her, and Memphis. I really like their plot arcs. So, yeah. Hey guys, so I just realized that I never ended the vlog this week, so I'm gonna do that now. Thank you for watching. I really enjoyed the books I read this week, so that was nice. Have a good weekend. Bye!